Jeremy Adams and Roger Cruz begin the 1 Minute War as a new alien threat descends on Central City, and not even the Flash family see them coming. Jeremy Adams starts the 1 Minute War by paying off a small storyline he did during Dark Crisis involving Max and Jesse venturing into a Mad Max world that had been destroyed by the Fraction. A thing that wasn't really explored in that storyline just because it wasn't the main storyline, but was hinted at coming back, and here we see it. We see that it's an alien race who conquer worlds for their colonies. I absolutely love the tension Adams builds throughout the issue, showcasing us the happy Flash family in the aftermath of Dark Crisis. You know, they're getting all together, having barbecues, hanging out with one another, living their lives, and it's just mere seconds before disaster. The reveal of the giant ship that destroys most of Central City reminded me of how Independence Day builds up the reveal of its alien ships in the clouds just before all of the chaos is unleashed, and it was a great opening salvo for the event, setting the overall tone that this is a bit more serious than the recent Flash storylines have been, and the final page is a great indicator that Adams isn't messing around this time and is not pulling his punches. Roger Cruz builds up the tension and sudden chaos of the Fraction arriving with great effect, turning a wholesome, happy, family-centric set of sequences into horrifying, destruction-filled nightmares for the characters. The splash pages showcasing the utter destruction of Central City when the spire hits it were very effective, and that's easily one of the biggest city destructions DC has had since maybe even Coast City back in the 90s, or Gotham during No Man's Land in the early 2000s. The Flash issue 790 was a brilliant tension-filled opening salvo to the 1 Minute War, laying out the stakes for the storyline clearly and not pulling any of its punches on who was going to suffer at the hands of the Fraction. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. The Flash issue 790 finds an alien colony speeding across the stars, its leader knowing that they have asked of much of them and they have given more, conquering with mercy, subduing them before they can fight back. The leader is told that they have reached their destination as the colony leader demands that the Fraction descend on Earth. As in the West household, Wally remembers how he thought family was a burden thanks to his not so stellar parents, but that was until he got his own, promising to make it a safe place where he could be himself. Wally and Linda take some food outside to the family barbecue they're holding with Animal Man, Mr. Terrific, and his family and friends. Wally and family soon spot something up in the sky as elsewhere, Max Mercury tries to break the barrier into the Speed Force, knowing he didn't tell the others since he's not great at goodbyes. Suddenly he stops as he sees something pierce the clouds above him. In Central City, Hourman and Jesse Quick battle some villains when time suddenly stops, leaving Jesse the only one to move. She spots something in the sky as down at the docks, an arms dealer gets ready to show off his wares to some buyers, but finds Kid Flash waiting in the back of his empty van. As Wallace tells the men that they are under arrest, Impulse arrives, knocking the men out. Wallace isn't happy to see Bart, and not happy he swooped in on his bust, but Bart argues that these are bad guys and they need dealing with. Wallace thinks that the boy just wanted to show him up because he's Kid Flash, Bart isn't. But Bart knows that he's been Kid Flash before, but yellow doesn't really suit his complexion. The two speedsters spot something in the sky above them as Jay Meemaw calls for another drink at the bar he's in. Jay finds himself missing friends who have passed away since they were family, and when family dies, a piece of you dies with them. Suddenly, Jay finds everyone in the bar is frozen in time as he spots something in the sky outside the window. Barry meanwhile is on a date with Iris, who wants to talk about where their relationship is going, finding herself tired of waiting at home for him, hoping that he'll come back, and now Wally and Linda are on their third child. Barry thinks that she wants kids, and Iris does, but she wants to know if they have a future first. Iris casually proposes to Barry, showing him an engagement ring, but before Barry can do anything, time stops around him. He knows how it's like when he's running at top speed, and everything around him just fades away as outside, a giant ship slams into Central City, obliterating most of downtown. The building Barry and Iris are in is blown away, despite Barry using his super speed to try and save Iris. The rest of the Flash family are blown back by the shockwave around town as the leader of the Fraction demands the wall be deployed. 8 arms fall from the spire, destroying much more of the city as a wall is deployed from them and the spire activates as the Fraction begin their culling. Barry meanwhile frantically searches through the rubble of the restaurant, spotting Iris amongst the rubble, but it's too late as she has been killed by the Fraction.